Hello and welcome to this video where we'll be showing you how to install the prerequisite for Bluemix Essential course for the Mac system. Some of the required software are listed here, which is Java SE Development Kit, Eclipse, and we recommend Neon, but the older version like Mars and Luna also support it. Once we have Eclipse installed, we will be installing some plugins, Bluemix tools, and Node tools. We also will be installing Node.js package and Cloud Foundry CLI. Now, optionally, we have a couple of recommended items that you should install. For example, the text editor like Atom, or for debugging purposes, Google Chrome. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, I will look for the package for installing Java. So let's go ahead and look for Java SE from Google and go to the download side. And first, we have to accept the license agreement, and then we will go ahead and download the Mac OS version. So while that's downloading, let's go ahead and download the next one, which is Eclipse. So I'll tap Eclipse on the search and go to Eclipse Downloads. And Neon is our recommendation. So let's take a look at the packages available. So we would want the Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers. So let's go ahead and download that. Click on download here. And then again, while it's downloading, we can move on and look for the packages to install Node. So we go to Node.js website, go to the download side, and there's a couple of different flavor to it. We recommend that you download LTS, and let's go ahead and go to the Mac installer and save that. Finally, we would look for Cloud Foundry CLI. So that will be going to the GitHub side, and you would want to click on the releases and download the packages for Mac OS. So let it go ahead and download all that, and we could, once it's finished downloading, we could go ahead and install them one by one. So first, we will start with Java. So here's the downloaded packages, install packages. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on it. And once I do that, it would open up this window, and you can simply double click on the actual package now and just follow the prompt and go ahead and select all the default, and when prompted, just enter your password and install that. So that's completed. The next one to install is Eclipse. So you simply double click here, and what it does, it will just unzip it, and all you have to do once it's unzipped, you can just drag and drop Eclipse to application. And we will go ahead and move on and install Node. So again, just follow the prompt and take the default. Give it a few minutes. And you have to agree to the agreement. And then go ahead and click on the install and put in your password if it requested you to do so, and then close it. Now the last one that we would install is the Cloud Foundry. So double click on Cloud Foundry again and follow the step and click on install, put in the password. And then we are complete. So now let's go ahead and launch Eclipse because we want to go ahead and install some of the plugins. It will sometimes ask you if you want to open this because it's downloaded from the internet. Just go ahead and say opened. And I'll leave the workspace to the default and just say OK. So once it's opened, in order to install the plugins, you can go to the Eclipse Marketplace and you could put in the keyword Bluemix, and you will see the two plugins that we will need, the Eclipse tool for Bluemix for Neon and also the IBM Node.js tools for Eclipse. So let's install them one by one. First, I will start with the Eclipse tools for Bluemix. Just go ahead and click install. And I will leave everything to default. Click on confirm. Accept the agreements and click finish. And for now, we don't need to restart because we have another plugin to install. So let's go ahead and install the second plugin. Again, we will search for Bluemix. And we will install Node. And we will leave it to default. Click on confirm and agree to the license agreement and finish. All right, this time we will go ahead and say yes to the restart, and it would go ahead and restart Eclipse. And now we are done with the required software installation. So now that we have completed the required software packages, let's go ahead and talk about some of our optional but recommended install. So we know that Mac has a built-in editor, but you will quickly find as you start editing code that that will not be sufficient and that you would much rather have a more robust text editor. So we recommend Atom. So if you go back to a web browser and look for Atom editor, then you can go ahead and find the download site and go ahead and download that and save that file. And then the next thing we want to also recommend for you to install is Google Chrome, because when you start debugging, you will see that Chrome has a really nice debugging tool for Node.js applications. So go ahead and type Google Chrome install. And here we go. Just follow the link and go ahead and download the one for Mac. Since we are right here on this page, let's install Chrome first and then come back and install Atom. So click Accept and install and save the file. And then let's go ahead and grab that file. So here's the install packages. Just double click on it, and all you have to do is drag and drop this to the application folder, and you should be all set with Google Chrome install. So we'll just give it a few more minutes for it to finish, and then we'll launch it. And there's this warning, so don't worry about it. Just click open, and there you go. You have Chrome browser installed. So let's finish up and install Atom. Here's what we downloaded. So just double click on it, and it will simply unzip that. And then let's go ahead and drag and drop Atom to application and double click on that and click open. And there you go, you're all set with all the required software. So let's make sure that everything installed correctly on a high level. So we know that Eclipse installed correctly because we were able to start it, and by that it also means that Java installed correctly because otherwise Eclipse won't start. So let's make sure that Node is also correctly installed. So what you can do is you can launch a terminal window and type node/v, and it recognizes Node commands. So I think we're doing fine here. And similarly for Cloud Foundry command line interface, the CLI, all I'm going to do here is start typing Cloud Foundry's command, like for example, just simply CF, and that will show you some help here because I didn't really specify a lot of specifics. So, but at least we know that the command works okay. So to summarize, what we just did is we install Java SE development kit, Eclipse, along with some plugins, the Bluemix and Node tool, Node.js packages, Cloud Foundry CLI, Atom Editor, and Google Chrome. And at the time of the recording, I am using the latest operating system for my Mac, which is Mac OS Sierra. So that's it for installation for Prerequisite. Thank you for listening, and good luck for the lab.